Welcome to a video from thedigitalLifestyle.com. This is my cleaned up and restored Jen SX1000. I'm going to show you a bit on the restoration stuff in a minute, and at the end of the video I'll just do a quick overview of the synth. So if you're interested in hearing what the synth sounds like, I'll play that at the end of the video. And some things like the LFO have no effect, the LFO dials. It did used to work, but you can hear the pots are really noisy, and the whole thing, all the dials are really noisy. But that should be doing the LFO. That should be changing the pulse width modulation. Or if I put the vibrato on. See, that should be, LFO should be really fast on that. So I'm going to give it a clean, and I've got some contact cleaner that I'm going to use and see if I can get this up and running. Here it is inside the Jen SX1000. This probably hasn't been opened up since 1978. So I've got a broken key on here with no spring. So I'm going to see if I can somehow get that working, but that's a separate project. So the first thing is to clean all these potentiometers and really get the potentiometers working, so all the things like the LFO and everything else works. So I'm going to dive inside. Obviously unplug this while I'm doing it because there's live mains. Don't be touching that. So I'm just going to clean them with some of the spray first. Another example of a noisy pot is the volume. You can hear that now. So I'm going to have a go at actually doing that one next because that's easy to test. So give the contacts or the pots a clean by spraying this contact cleaner directly inside there, like that, or in there like that, and then give them a turn like that, and you can feel them freeing up as you spray that, and then as you turn it you can actually feel them coming free and cleaning up, and that's doing the job really nicely. So I've just cleaned the volume control. You can hear now it's nice and clear, no crackling from that at all. So I'm definitely on the right thing with the contact cleaning spray. So now I need to just go through the rest of these controls and give them a clean. So I've finished cleaning this up now. I used some cotton buds and some cotton wool just to give it a clean. And some of the stuck marks on here are a bit rust and things like that from years of wear. But you can hear it's nice and clean now. The frequency is working perfectly on there. The speed is working perfectly. And the output, the volume, has lost the crackle. So all the dials are now working correctly. The only thing that's not working is this top C. There's a bit of plastic and a spring missing. So I'm going to see if I can get this plastic and the spring, and then I can do an update on this video. But as you can see, the contact cleaner did the job, and the cotton earbuds and everything else brought the surface up nice and clean. So this sounds really good now. It's all working nicely. So everything's up and running on there now. You can hear the synth going through. I've got it through some reverb just to give it some character, some echo. Just a quick overview of some of the sounds that you can get on it. I love the pulse width modulation. You've got three oscillators on this. You've got three oscillators. You've got a sawtooth, a square wave, which is quite nice, and a pulse width, which is the one I like and I use the most. Pulse width modulation, you can go from 50%, 5%, gives you that nice reedy sound. But what I like doing is having the pulse width modulation turned up, use the LFO to trigger that, and the LFO can go quite slow. So you can speed it up, but get it nice and slow, get it on full, and then if you get some of the lower notes, I think it sounds great for a mono synth. I think that sounds really good. Single oscillator on this as well. Let me lengthen the release time a little bit. I'll turn the resonance down and the frequency down. There we go. It's got a real nice rumble with that, and of course I can get this it says great with the pulse width on there. It's got two LFOs, so one for the filter, one for the amp. So let's leave the amp filter open, and I'll put the frequency down, envelope level up, resonant down, and just get a slight pulse. There you go. And get a bit lower. Let's turn that down a bit. So we can... that kind of thing. The echo adds a little bit of effect on there, but you get really nice that sequence, Tangerine Dream type bass. But unfortunately, no MIDI input or anything else on that. There are MIDI kits I think you can get for it, but I haven't got one of those installed. So of course you can go the opposite way with the envelope as well and length it. A big glide on there. You can also use the LFO for some pitch as well if you want. Get the speed up as well. Let's turn the pulse width down. Turn that down. And you've also got a noise as well. Not the best noise. You turn the oscillator off, you hear the noise. Combine that with the filters though, and a bit of resonance. Maybe a little percussive. So you get quite a nice effect with that. And of course you can combine it with the oscillator as well. That's keen on the vibrato. And you've got frequency modulation as well. For the filter, you can use the LFO for that as well. Combine that. No pitch bend on this as well, so you've only got a tune control on there. So with no return, so you've got to tune that back up to 0 if you want to use that as a pitch bend. But it's a great little fun synth. Really enjoy playing this. I do like some of the effects you get on it. It's very late 70s synth single oscillator, but good fun to play with and cleaned up nice and well. So thanks for watching this video. You can find out more on thedigital lifestyle.com.